and welcome to All About Community. My name is Robert L. Harris, and I am your host. Today I have as my guest Ms. Khariyyah Shabazz, who is an entrepreneur. Actually, she's a person who does a multitude of exciting things. Welcome to All About Community.
Thank you. Again, my name is Khariyyah Shabazz, number 7 of the Shabazz tribe.
All right, number 7. Let's chat for a moment about your background.
Yes.
Were you born and raised here in Oakland?
Yes.
Or the Bay Area? Tell us about it.
Definitely. I was born here in East Oakland. I spent my elementary here in Oakland, throughout East Oakland. I am the youngest of 7 kids. My mother is sitting right over here. And that's where my slogan comes from. The important thing about me is that understanding the work in the village, in the family that goes into raising a community, raising myself, that I knew that went into me. It was very important for me to now give back and return that same growth, that same love, spirituality that was all put into me from my siblings and as well as my parents.
You mentioned the village. What do you consider to be a part of the village?
Your village is what makes you up as an individual. So your village can be your school. Your village can be a community-based organization. A village can be your family, your friends. Those people that are sticking next to you to see that you become successful. Those are the things that get poured into an individual so they can ultimately reach their highest peak.
And what did you do after elementary school? Did you go to high school here?
Well, I went to high school at James Logan, go Colts.
Okay,
Union
James
City.
Logan, Union City,
Yeah,
right.
I ran track and cross country for James Logan. Was the extreme highlight of one of my life, one of the highlights. So we went to high school in Union City, developed even more village that I have with lifelong friends that I still have.
Well, I have 2 grandsons who graduated from
Awesome.
James Logan High School in Union City.
Yes.
What a coincidence.
Yes, excellent.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your career. What were you doing before you embarked upon this exciting path in your life?
Well, so being a Bay Area native, I stayed local. I went to Cal State East Bay. It was Cal State Hayward when I went.
Cal State Hayward,
Yes,
I remember that.
Yes, and I majored in mass communications. So from then, you know, we're all taught the dream, that American dream. You go to school, you get a good job, and you'll see that your success flourish. Well, I graduated college and I went straight into corporate, and it was miserable. It was miserable. I had a miserable time.
Where did you go?
I ended up working at Enterprise Rent a Car. So,
okay.
Yep, they were teaching you about professionalism, sales. It was exciting work, but it just wasn't for me. So through that, it was real unprofessional in me this time. But I actually was in a car with a customer, and I just said, I can't do this anymore. And the customer asked, well, what do you want to do? And I ended up sending my resume to that person, and that individual works for the organization that I worked for today. So that was about 15 years ago. And because of me expressing myself and saying what I wanted to do, I ended up working with Higher Ground Neighborhood Development Corp.
And that's the name of the corporation that you work for now, right?
Yes, I'm the deputy executive director for the agency. I've been with the agency for about 15 years, and Higher Ground is all about youth development, all about building community, about building resilience. We do this through after-school programming, community initiatives, and as well as community partnerships.
And where did you learn your ability to speak? I noticed you are quite articulate.
Well, again, I was a major, communications was my major, but I feel like that's something that's kind of a part of me. My father, Imam Yahya Shabazz, he was always there giving his lessons, having family meetings, ensuring that that we speak up and speak out about the things that are not going right and within society. And that just kind of came over me. And refining that tool, refining that talent that I have, and seeing the emotions that invoke others when words are said. I know what words do for me. It's extremely powerful, but finding the excitement and finding the charm in it is really what I love.
Finding the excitement, finding the charm. I can see that because you are quite animated, and that is so important in the ability to communicate. Some people start talking, 5 minutes later you're absolutely asleep on them.
Sleep.
But they won't go to sleep on you.
No, let's hope not.
Let's talk about some of the businesses, enterprises that you're involved in now. You do consulting in the area of being a master of ceremony, and I can see how that fits in because, again, you're quite animated.
Yeah, well, because of the work that I've been doing in this community for so many years, it led me to start my own business, which is a public speaking platform called Khariyyah Speaks, Inc., okay? So Khariyyah Speaks offers tangible tools to community solutions, whether it be youth development, environmental issues, or community engagement. I'm here to provide those links, those gaps in between to ensure that those best practices that we've been using, that I've been using throughout these years are copied, that other folks know the recipe to really get community moving and to move your neighborhoods street by street.
Well, we're going to talk about some of that later, but unfortunately we do have to go to break now. Yes. Khariyyah Inc. I tell you, that is most impressive. So don't touch that remote. We will be right back with All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and my guest is Khariyyah Shabazz.